Have you ever wondered why every payday comes and goes, yet nothing in your life actually improves? Why some people earn less than you, but feel calmer, safer, and slowly break free, while you're still stuck in the same financial loop? What if the first 5 minutes after you get paid determines whether you stay broke or move toward freedom? And if nothing changes in how you handle that moment today, will anything change in your financial life 5 years from now? The moment your paycheck hits your account, your life quietly splits into two different paths. One leads toward stability, clarity, and the possibility of real financial freedom. The other drags you back into the same cycle you've been stuck in for years, working harder, earning more, yet somehow ending every month with nothing left. Your financial destiny isn't shaped next year or next month, it's shaped in the first few minutes after payday. That moment decides everything. Most people don't stay broke because their income is too small. They stay broke because they don't have a system to control their money the moment it arrives. They tell themselves they'll organize it later. But later never comes. And while they wait, the money disappears. Meanwhile, others with smaller incomes sleep peacefully, build savings slowly, and feel more secure, not because they're smarter, but because they protect the first minutes after getting paid. Welcome to Financial Awakening. If this is your first time here, hear this with the seriousness of someone ready to change their financial life. Your money is not just money, it is the future you are building. It's safety, it's dignity, it's the power to choose. And what you do next will shape the years ahead. If you're ready to take control before your money disappears, subscribe now and support the channel so we can continue bringing you real, practical guidance. Before we continue, answer this in the comments. What do you believe is the biggest reason your money keeps slipping away right after payday? There comes a moment in life when you look at your bank balance days after payday and think, how can I work this hard and have nothing to show for it? Most people never say it out loud, but they quietly feel ashamed for not being in control. It feels like living in a house you don't have the keys to. We don't fail because we earn too little, we fail because we lack structure. When the paycheck arrives, most people react instead of lead. They pay a few bills, buy something to feel better, reward themselves for the stress they've endured, and promise to be more disciplined next month. But next month looks like this month. Next year looks like last year. And eventually, time moves forward while the financial life stays stuck. What's frightening isn't losing money, it's becoming comfortable with losing it. Comfortable with not having an emergency fund. Comfortable with living one inconvenience away from panic. Comfortable with avoiding the bank app like it's a reminder of failure. That comfort is the real danger. The quiet trap that keeps people running in circles for decades. People who build real financial freedom don't wait to earn more before learning control. They learn control to earn more. They treat money like a tool, not a reward. They don't ask, how much did I make? They ask, how much will remain mine when today is over? If something must change, it starts in the mind. Every dollar must have a destination. Every paycheck is a fork in the road. Repeat the old cycle. Or build a new path. Because if you don't change how you handle money today, money won't change how it treats you tomorrow. If the previous parts were about awareness, this part is about transformation, the moment where thought becomes habit. Financial freedom isn't built by a lucky break or a massive leap. It begins with what you do in the first minutes after payday. Not someday. Not when you make more. Now. Most financial failure starts the moment income arrives. People tell themselves, I'll save what's left, but there is never anything left. Not because they are irresponsible, but because emotion will always win without a system. Wealthy people don't save what remains, they save so that something remains. They build freedom by choosing structure over impulse. The right move after payday isn't calculating how much you can spend. It's deciding how much you refuse to lose. Paying yourself first isn't about money, it's about identity. It signals that you are the priority, that your future matters, that you refuse to live one inconvenience away from panic. Whether it's 5%, 10%, or a tiny fixed amount, the habit is what rewrites your financial story. One moment, repeated consistently, becomes protection, becomes confidence, becomes freedom. You can't control the economy, but you can control what happens the moment your paycheck lands. And that's where the future quietly begins. Once you know what to do right after payday, the next step isn't about trying harder to save, it's about building a system that protects you when motivation fails. A system that keeps moving even when you feel overwhelmed. A system that doesn't ask how you feel. It simply works. Financially free people don't rely on luck. They rely on structure. They separate emotion from execution by automating money. Every bill, every saving transfer, every investment has a destination and a purpose. They build 3 layers of protection: an emergency fund to absorb chaos, a minimum living baseline to prevent panic, and an investment stream that quietly builds the future. With those 3 layers, no crisis sends them back to zero. Investment at this stage isn't gambling or chasing trends. It's choosing assets that work while you sleep: index funds, retirement plans, stable long-term vehicles. The power is not in picking the perfect choice, but in committing to a consistent one. Wealth doesn't grow from the highest return. It grows from the longest discipline. Many people never start because they think they need certainty first. People who win start before certainty. They learn while moving. They refine while progressing. They don't wait for clarity. Clarity comes from acting. This isn't about getting rich fast. It's about never being financially fragile again. It's about building a life where money doesn't scare you anymore. A life where your system works, even on the days you don't. A life where your future isn't accidental, it's intentional. There's a truth most people avoid. You cannot reach financial stability if your entire life depends on a single source of income. One paycheck is a single point of failure. One layoff, one medical bill, one crisis, and everything you built can collapse. That is not freedom. That is dependency. Multiple income streams aren't about getting rich quickly. They're about buying back mental safety, options, and control. When you have more than one way to earn, you're no longer negotiating your survival with circumstance. You're choosing your path instead of being pushed by it. Most people dream of change but live like they're waiting for permission to start. They fear judgment more than stagnation. They fear failure more than regret. They stay in one place because it's familiar, even when it's costing them their future. If this feels like you, take a breath. It's not a flaw. It's a starting point. A new stream of income might begin with a skill you already have: writing, editing, tutoring, consulting, digital products, freelance work, a small service on weekends. It might start small. It might feel insignificant at first. But the first drop of water is how every river begins. It's the moment you prove to yourself that money can come from more than one direction. That's the crack where financial light gets in. You don't need to be the best. You need to begin. And once you begin, the goal is not speed, it's consistency. One new stream, then 2, then 3, not to become rich overnight, but so you will never fear the night again. Financial freedom is not a peak you conquer. It's a road you walk, learning, adjusting, rebuilding, improving, and eventually, you look back and realize the value wasn't just in the money you earned. It was in who you became while earning it. Your paycheck pays for today. Expanded income pays for tomorrow. Your tomorrow starts the moment you choose it. Reaching the end of this journey, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. Financial freedom isn't built on luck or huge income, it's built on structure. People who feel safe with money aren't always the ones earning the most. They're the ones with systems, clear boundaries, emergency buffers, intentional spending, beginner-friendly investing, and new income streams that reduce dependence on a single paycheck. That's not theory. That's protection. That's stability. That's how you stop starting over. The lesson is simple. Don't wait to have more money to learn how to manage it. Managing it well is what creates more. If you want to change your finances, start from where you are, not where you wish you were. How to apply it today. Automate your first transfer the moment you get paid. Build an emergency fund before chasing investments. Start a small secondary income stream. Stay consistent. Progress beats perfection. Question for you. What do you believe matters most right now? Saving better? Investing smarter? Or earning more? Comment your answer below. I'd love to hear your perspective. If this helped you, subscribe to Financial Awakening so I can keep creating more honest, practical content for you.